Okay, what we're working on here today is we're going to shape these fan braces, and right now you can see they're just sort of little sticks, roughly 4 millimeters wide and about 5 millimeters high. And you can tell this one over here has had the preliminary shaping already done, and I'll show you the process that I go through with my handy dandy chisel here, gouge. And this has to be done on 22 of the guitars. Even though the braces are slightly different, it's the same process. Some have more of a taper here. Some have, actually, this one has the most taper. Some of the others have less taper than that. This is about a 2.5 inch taper. You have to be careful at the end so you don't ram through the top, which while making this video, it's entirely possible I get camera shy and might do something like that. And here I'm, again, just shaping the general taper. Later I'll show you how I actually make the half round on here. This one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my, I'm going to dish this part out right here because there's going to be a brace. I don't know if you can see those lines across here. There's going to be a cross brace running right across this area here, something like that. Okay, so how I get that dish out of there is turn the chisel upside down, make a couple passes, like, or actually more than a couple passes, as you'll see. I'm going to get this down almost paper thin where that cross brace is going to go on there. I'm almost there. I want that down, like, say, probably less than a millimeter thick at that point. Okay, so I make my little chisel marks there. I come around the other side, I turn my chisel over again and do the same thing that I did on the end. And it's not quite there. I've still got a little curl to get rid of, but that's essentially what I do. And you can see the shape is coming on there. Then I'll take my chisel and turn it upside down again. This one here, instead of a straight taper, I'm going to want a slight curve to it. Okay, so I do, that's the reason I turn the chisel over, to get that curve. We're almost there. Not everybody does a little jabbing there. I just do that right at the end because I'm holding the chisel back to where it won't slip off again like that and make a big, chisel through my soundboard here. This particular soundboard is Engelmann spruce. This is going to be a 14 fret neck nylon string guitar with a radius fretboard. I'm only making 2 similar to this. So the majority of my tops are Western red cedar. Okay, to get my radius here, I take this great big instrument here, my little finger file. When people accuse me of, oh, I'm building 22 guitars, these are mass produced, I would hardly call using a finger plane this big as being mass produced. So anyway, I just get my general profile like that on both ends. You can see right here I still got to work a little bit to get that little sliver of wood off so that so it's nice and smooth. Okay. All right, so here I go, making the initial passes, blowing all that, And what I'm trying for is just the general shape. I'll refine that, as you'll see, with sandpaper. I used to get a little overboard, I think, with the sandpapering. I used to go from 80 grit to 100 grit to 220 grit to 320 to 600 to 1500, and now I basically just use 3 grits. An 80 grit will knock down the high points of using that little finger plane, and both sides, of course. This probably won't be 100% because I don't want this video to be too long. But essentially, this is what I do. Knock down the high points of the plane with that. Go to my 120 grit, and a little further refinement of the little grooves I'm making there, and probably blow dust up into the camera lens. And then finally go to 320. Get my little brush here. Go to 320. It's automotive type sandpaper. And I found that 320 actually produces the finish that I want on the braces quite adequately without going, like say, overboard like I used to. I basically want the braces to be smooth enough to where they don't pick up dust over the years, because the interior of a guitar is probably the least maintained part of the guitar. You usually find dust balls in there in the repair work that I've done in the past. Okay, there you have it. One almost completed profiling of the brace, again, except for that, which I'll take care of after the video's over. Okay, see you next time.